Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome online to our weekly Tuesday English session business presentation. Today, we are so happy to have so many people online, and today is a special day. Okay, right? Now, I have just announced to you guys on the new arrangement with shipping, and we hope this will keep everyone happy. And by the way, my name is Victor, and I'm the general manager of ENF Essentials. And it is such an honor to have so many people online over here today with us. Okay, right? Because we know in times like this, it is so important that we work together as a team. Okay, the field leaders like yourself and the company are working hand in hand in helping more people, especially during this pandemic time. Okay, and today we have an amazing guest speaker online. He is on our medical board. Okay, Dr. Benjamin Patrick. Yeah, and I've known this man for a couple of years right now. And his mind just picks me every time I meet him. Okay, right? Everything that he says, yeah, it leaves such a powerful impact in my life. Yeah, and today it is such an honor to have him online. Okay, a little bit about Dr. Benjamin Patrick. He has received a doctorate, yeah, in homeopathy and also bio resonance. Okay, right? So he really and truly know his stuff. Okay, right? So without much further ado, yeah, please help me welcome Dr. Benjamin Patrick online. Thank you, Dr. Benjamin.
Hi, thanks so much for the introduction. Thank you, Victor. I'm so glad to be a part of this journey because it's the first time we've been able to infuse both technologies, bioresonance and natural remedy, into one fantastic product. And I'm so glad to be on board this because we're still doing more and more research into this product and how it can help with various diseases and conditions. And I'm just so excited. I don't know about everyone else. I'm so glad that you guys are here as well. And I'll be happy to answer any of your questions after this session. But I would like to share to you a little bit about copper. Now, if you know, copper has been used for more than 4,500 years. You know, and it's been used by queens and nobility because of its properties to help with anti-aging, for skin conditions, also with the general well-being of the mind. You know, and copper is used basically even as a distilling agent or distiller for essential oils. So long ago, they've already discovered that copper works well with oils or anything that is natural. Now, copper alone carries a frequency of about 923 hertz. And that itself is a positive energy that is able to help our cells in our body raise the bar to a point where we are energetically healthy. Now, a normal energetic body is normally around 78 megahertz. And for you to be constantly in a healthy state, you need to keep that energy stable throughout the day. And you know, the body also recognizes copper as an essential mineral. Our cells recognize it as an essential mineral, so it's not hazardous. You know, everything that is used in its proper concoction and its proper dosage is valuable and is good. So we're here to talk about this fantastic product of iDefender, and it's going to hit the world like a storm, and it already has. I've already heard of people now trying to build copper plates inside air conditions to make sure that there's no mold developing inside the systems in the aircon, you know, and people are just going crazy on this thing called colloidal copper. Now, how things have changed. Let's talk about how things have changed in times. Going to this next slide, we will look at, right, what has robbed us from this health that we're talking about, being energetically healthy, being able to walk out and meet people, social interaction. You know, suddenly something happened and it changed the world. One small microscopic virus changed the entire world, how we relate with people, how we do business, economics, you know, and some of us have been robbed of our freedoms or being able to do whatever we want to do, whenever we want to do. So let's talk about how this has impacted our life. Now, looking at airborne viruses history now is it's not something new. We have been in eras of pandemics over hundreds of years, and looking and studying from the 1900s itself, we looked at approximately 50 million deaths from just the Spanish flu. Then the Asian flu came into the picture. Why did they call it the Asian flu? Because apparently it was first discovered in Asia, the influenza A virus. If you notice that we didn't know that Corona hit us, because at that point of time, we were still talking about Corona as though it was some kind of avian flu part 2 or part 3. And it's only of later stage only they discovered that there was an outbreak, and maybe possibly coming out from Wuhan, and then going into details how this virus has evolved into so many different variants. As you can look at this description here that we are showing you, many people have died from various pandemics before. This is not the first time the world has been hit by a pandemic. Let's go to the next slide. Looking at airborne viruses history here. So it's not uncommon for us to have an airborne viruses. But how do we cope with this virus? Now, 4,500 years ago, people were coping with viruses by using plates or using utensils and using surfaces that were layered with copper. So that's one interesting thing I just want to leave behind with you. So the solution was there from the beginning. People discovered this very early. And all we're doing is we are creating a product that is easily available, nanoparticle size, so it targets the bacteria, and it does not cause any damage to the human cell. Now, what are some COVID-19 facts? Now, we want to learn a little bit about COVID. Total cases for more than 213 million worldwide since 24 August. Total deaths for more than 4.5 million people. Total cases in Malaysia are more than 1.5 million to date. Total deaths in Malaysia are more than 14,500. Now, the virus deaths and casualties are not going down, they keep going up, right? What we need is a solution. Now, coronavirus can make babies seriously ill. Now, a lot of countries around the world are concerned, especially in Australia right now, as the epidemic or the pandemic has already hit children. And there are no beds in the hospitals for children anymore because there are too many casualties who are adults. So they're sending the kids home to be quarantined at home. So parents are gone frantic because they can't work. They need to look after the kids at home. Now, this has created a bigger problem and now a worry and concern that their children are going to die. So we need a solution. We need it fast, and we've got one coming up for you. Now, people who don't have symptoms can spread the virus, right? The permissibility of this virus, even after being vaccinated, is still being studied. So just to let you know, just by getting a double shot of vaccine doesn't guarantee you that you will not get the virus and you will not pass it on to somebody else. You may be even already infected and don't even know about it. And the symptoms right now are asymptomatic, which means they don't portray any adverse or any chronic type of symptom to say that you have the coronavirus. I was just walking into a clinic the other day and someone sneezed and everybody panicked, everybody jumped. So I thought it was a funny thing because at that point, 2 years ago, nobody cared if someone sneezes. Now everybody panics when someone sneezes or coughs in the room. Now the person may be just having an allergy, but he may be labeled coronavirus victim. So now looking at all of this, come to a conclusion that the vaccine is not enough to protect us. We need to take things into our hands and do more to protect our family and our loved ones. So let's go to the next slide. We're looking at the next slide. Talking to you about the different variants, I think in this generation, we have learned more Greek and Latin than the other generations. Because you look at it here, you see different variants and alpha, beta. Nobody could understand what is alpha and beta. They didn't know it was an alphabet. And today we have an alphabet for every variant, right up to K, kappa. And kappa is the latest, and iota is two of the latest strains. And again, it's not for us to to actually label them based on countries, even though we may discover that this variant was first discovered in that country. It's not good to teach our children and say to our children, oh, this is the Indian variant, oh, that's a Chinese variant, that's an American thing, but not all Americans agree with it, okay? I'm sure Steve and Todd doesn't agree with that. What we need to teach our children is how do we keep ourselves healthy and protected against such a virus? Is to keep ourselves ready to take on, to overcome. The solution is with us. Once we start to put the trust and the solution in somebody else's hands, then fear takes over. But you can stop where you are today and start to take action by saying, I'm going to do something about this. I'm not going to wait for someone else to do it. I'm going to do something about this. Okay, here are some of the suggestions that we have, things that you can do even at home, things that you can do in your office, things that you can do in your school, to suggest and to protect your children and to preserve the energy in the room. Now, we all know that these variants, different variants can actually stay on surfaces for longer periods of time. Doorknobs, faucets, these are the things we take for granted every day. Opening up the door in the bank, touching the keypad on the ATM. But all these things are susceptible for transfer of the virus. So how do we keep ourselves clean? I'm tired of using sanitizers, alcohol sanitizers that are ruining my fingers, my skin, making our skin shrivel up. We can only take so much alcohol. Those days people drink alcohol, nowadays they apply all over their skin. So looking at this, the virus can stay on paper for 3 hours. So imagine if you do half your work on paper, each paper has a possibility for transmissibility rate. Cardboards, 24 hours. All your parcels coming by all the Shopee, Lazada and all that, all coming in boxes. Every time you touch a box, you see, wood, 2 days. Looking at wood, 2 days, fabric, 2 days, stainless steel, 3 days, plastics, 3 days, paper currency, 4 days. How not to use money? Face masks, 7 days. Can you imagine? If you think your face mask is protecting you right now, it's not enough. You need a shield, and need a plastic shield. And apart from that also, you need to be able to create an air bubble of protection around you. We'll talk about it in a minute. It is a world pandemic and it's out of control. Do you agree? Now, let's look at what else do we have to say about this virus. Nature has given us resources to fight bacteria and viruses. Now, I talked to you about 4,500 years of history of using colloidal silver, colloidal copper in order on surfaces in order to repel and make sure that the viruses don't inhibit or they don't multiply. Now, copper has been used for many, many years as an antiviral, antimicrobial, and antibacterial solution because copper can destroy undesirable microorganisms, bacteria, and viruses, including coronavirus. What it does is it disrupts the protective layers of the organisms and interferes with its vital processes. What does that mean? When we communicate through vibration called sound, and those words that come in and out of our mouths enter into the ears of the person. It's not words, but actually vibrations. So I want to let you know that vibrations are carried out through sound and light. That's energy. Everything around us is energy, and everything vibrates at a specific rate. And that's what allows us to distinguish what it is, And through sonar, we're able to distinguish objects as well. So our body does the same thing. It's only that we don't realize it, how our body senses things. Everything is through energy receptors. And these energy receptors measure the rate of vibration in everything that is around us. Our olfactory sensory, we have an olfactory sensory that is in our nasal cavity that gives information to the brain about smells that we receive. All this is proof that our body depends so much on vibrational energies. And these vibrational energies actually interact with one another. And by creating the right vibrational frequency around us, right, we're able to not just protect ourselves through a biofield, but we're also able to repel certain microorganisms that are vibrating at a negative field. Now, copper in ancient times, Egyptian times, they used copper vessels to keep water fresh. You know, a study found that SARS-CoV-2, the virus responsible for corona pandemic, is no longer infectious on copper within 4 hours, whereas it can survive on plastic surfaces for 72 hours. Now, if you keep plastics in your fridge, just imagine, you know, transmissibility rate, old food being kept in plastic containers inside your fridge. You know, what it can contain. Copper has many applications in hospitals and other places where germs are likely to spread. Now, this is another evidence that copper is safe because it's also safe to be used in hospitals. Now, what are the other benefits of copper? And what are some of the renowned agencies of the day, especially two agencies here I can fairly say that I know is the EPA and the NIH. And I believe there's another organization here, which I wrote here, that has backing to the information. One is the NSF, International, which is an American product testing, inspection, and certification organization based in Michigan. And the EPA, which is the Environmental Protection Agency, an independent executive agency of the United States federal government tasked with environmental protection matters. You know, so I just want to give you these two. The other notes is NIH, which is the National Library of Medicine, and Insider Health is pretty much what a lot of doctors go to read on new articles and new technologies and explanations on how medicines are used properly and how different approaches of health can be used in and advised. And we also have the news, medical life sciences, which is a journal. These are all journals, medical journals. So I can go on talking to you about how much journals, medical journals, have mentioned how copper is used and how copper is used in addition to even essential oils. There's so many writings, and you can even Google online to find out about how copper is used together with essential, what kind of essential oils are good to be used with copper. You know, I wish to do one more session just on that, so just to educate and inform you so that you use the right essential oils in order to bring balance and a harmonic wave into your home. Now, introducing iDefender INC. Now, you're all probably familiar about this product. iDefender INC is the immediate solution I feel to our everyday movements and protection. You know, iDefender creates an air bubble of these particles, nanoparticles that are diffused into the air that remain there for a certain time, but it also creates an energy field. Once those particles begin to drop down to the surface, it still maintains an energetic field. And if it's used together with even essential oils, you know, it is double powered. You know, and let's talk about the product. INC stands for ionic nano copper. The active ingredient in INC is ionized copper in an inorganic matrix which promotes a controlled release of nano-sized copper ions. That means when we diffuse it, it's coming out at a rate that is safe, that's reliable, that you're able to breathe and not get affected by it. You know, so it's registered and certified by the NSF. I just talked about it, the EPA. INC disinfectant is proven effective in disinfecting COVID-19. Now, there's so many studies. There are these 3 studies that I can mention that have done this test to prove that this is effective on the virus, and it is not in any way harmful to the human body. So let's look at the next slide. Nano copper and particles. You know, nano copper actually is small enough to affect even minor proteins and flu viruses. We talked about the spike proteins, and we talked about even the flu viruses, and in this case, we're talking about COVID. The nano particle is sized enough to be able to penetrate and to destroy COVID, but it's not sized big enough to cause any damage to the human lungs or to the eyes or to the body, right? You will need to drink or probably blow up nano copper, 1,000 or 8,000 bottles at one time in order to cause any incident lah, as far as I can understand, because we've done so much research into how metals are able to resonate with the body, and how essential natural products used together with metals are safe enough for the body to recognize and to use abruptly and effectively. So looking at copper, it's able to also penetrate and disinfect even funguses, bacteria. It's very effective against bacteria, including E. coli and Salmonella. Now let's talk about copper, even more about copper. Copper ions on the surface are recognized as an essential nutrient as it enters the cell. Now, just like how our body recognizes copper as an essential mineral, all living objects also can recognize this essential mineral and want to accept it and receive it. But the problem is when it hits viruses, it does damage to the virus wall, thus killing it. It does the same thing to bacterial wall as well, and it's the same thing to fungus as well. Because there's something about copper that actually is like a solution of nature to get rid of negative ions, number one, or to get rid of negative influences like bacteria and viruses. Lethal dose of copper ions interferes with the normal cell functions of membrane integrity. Now, the negative ion from copper fuses with positive ion that is coming from a virus, and this causes an implosion inside the cell membrane of the virus and the bacteria. Now, copper ions impede also cell respiration and metabolism, sometimes causing DNA damage to the viruses. This is the third thing it does to the virus. So, but if people ask me this question, if we can do so much damage to the virus, what more can it do to the human cells? But then again, you need to understand, to the human cell, nano copper particles, right, are known as an essential mineral, essential metal that the body needs. Unlike bacteria and viruses that operate differently, and their metabolism and their processes work differently. So when you infuse copper, when you allow copper to come in contact with viruses, it destroys them, but it does not harm the human body, the human cell. Let's go to the next slide. So we're going to look at a video right now. I want you to
We are living in the worst public health crisis in over a century. COVID-19 has swept through the world, causing more fear, pain, and death than most have experienced in our entire lives. As of May 15, 2021, there have been over 163 million diagnosed COVID cases, and the number continues to grow every minute. COVID has left most of us living in a state of anxiety. Seniors and individuals with comorbidities are frightened to leave their home, even to purchase food. This begs the question, how can we protect ourselves beyond washing our hands and wearing a mask? The answer may be as simple as iDefender Ink. Ink is short for Ionic Nano Copper. Let me explain how iDefender Ink could save your life. Since early civilization, copper has been used to sterilize water and prevent infections. People in India and Turkey have been proclaiming the health benefits of copper for centuries. At the start of the 21st century, Professor Bill Keevil, the Director of Environmental Health Care Units at Southampton University, started studying the effectiveness of killing bacteria, viruses, and germs with copper. The study found that copper ions get in the bacterial cells and inhibit their reproduction. He also discovered that the copper attacks the DNA and RNA of a virus, thereby making the gene transfer no longer possible. The list of organisms that copper can kill includes coronavirus, the flu, MSRA, E. coli, norovirus, and antibiotic-resistant strains of staph. So how does it work? The process is called ionic disposition. When a bacteria or virus lands on copper, the organism recognizes copper as an essential nutrient and begins to absorb it. As more copper is absorbed, the ionic copper dose becomes increasingly lethal, thereby destabilizing the organism's electrical current, effectively causing a short circuit. This breaks down the protective membrane and allows more copper to enter. This ultimately results in the destruction of the organism's DNA and RNA. The entire process can be achieved in as little as a few minutes. iDefender Inc. has been clinically tested and proven to inhibit up to 99.9% of bacteria and viruses, including H1N1, H2N3, SARS, MERS, coronavirus, as well as bacteria, mold and mildew, and fungus that live all around us. Our formula is registered with the United States EPA as a hospital disinfectant and is also NSF certified to achieve 99.9% sanitization of food in less than 60 seconds. You no longer need to worry about who touched the apple before you purchased it. Just clean with iDefender and keep your family safe from unwanted germs. Put a few drops of iDefender in your diffuser and go. Use iDefender in your kitchen, nursery, bedroom, living room, car. Take iDefender to your office and keep yourself safe in the eye bubble. Keep your family safe anywhere, anytime. Contact your E&F Essential Distributor today to create your eye bubble.
There you have it, a simple video that explains how copper inhibits viruses and what it can do in order to protect us. Now, number one, 12 unique benefits. I'm going to talk about 12 unique benefits of this copper. Number one, it disinfects, inhibits about 99.99% of bacteria and viruses, including H1N1, H2N3, SARS virus, MERS virus, and coronaviruses. Now, number two, it sanitizes, effective against viruses and bacteria on all hard and soft surfaces. So even if you use it as a spray and you know, whenever it lands on the surfaces around you, it also preserves and protects you against the virus. So if anyone touches those surfaces, you know, generally there are less chances for them to contract this. Now, sterilizing. Yeah, it also acts as a sterilizer, creating an environment safe from bacteria and viruses, like I mentioned. EPA registered hospital disinfectant, you know, it's used in hospitals. Copper is used in a lot of instruments in the hospitals, and therefore it is also valid to say that it is safe. NSF certified food grade 100%, achieved 99.99% sanitization. So by spraying and diffusing this even on your fruits and veggies also is very helpful to protect your food. Now, it purifies and eliminates airborne allergens and germs when diffused into the air. And let's look at number 7, eliminates haze and smoke, kills molds and mildew. That's why I was telling you that now the manufacturers of air cons are considering putting copper plates in air conditions as well. To limit the mold that accumulates in the vent. Now, number 9, eliminates allergen, pet dander, and dust mites. Now, this is very hard to get rid of pet dander. I am a therapist here in Chadasa. I treat a lot of people who have allergies based on these things, these 3 things, allergens like pet dander and dust mites. And it's very, very hard to get rid of. So copper, using a dilution of copper that is nano size can help prevent and even cause these mites to die faster. So ionized. What does it do? As it ionizes, it freshens the indoor and outdoor air. When you electrically charge nano copper in water, it creates nano copper particles solution, and it creates an active ingredient that is able to charge and ionize the air. So it is very effective that way as well. It removes odor and stale air. If you look and if you smell the particular solution, you don't get a stale smell. But what happens when you spray that solution in the air, you start to see that the air becomes fresher. And you're wondering why. And the science behind it is, as an ionizer, it's able to effectively charge the air to create a very clean environment. Now, humidity-wise, replenishes moisture, improves humidity level for comfortable and healthy living. Extremely pleasant to be used in air-conditioned environment. There you go, 12. Now, it's registered and certified under the NSF. We have the codes here for you to take back and share with your loved ones in case they're wondering whether or not this is a legitimate document. All the codes are given here. I'm sure Victor is able to pass you these documents for you to read and share with your doctor. And let's go to the next slide. Test has been done, ICAS lab, and through this test, it has been determined that the solution is safe to be used, and it's very, very effective against the coronavirus. As you know, ICAS is a dependent lab in China. Of course, there are labs that have been done, lab tests that have been done in University Malaya as well, and lab tests that has been done by UNIMAS, one of our leading universities that actually does research into transmissibility of viruses. And the Beijing University of Technology is also a very renowned university that does intensive research into the viabilities of disinfectants. And I'm glad to tell you that iDefender has come out passing in flying colors. And also, as we go to the next slide, how to use this. Now, we've got 3 different models of the iDefender diffusers. And but what I would like to highlight here is the fact that the smaller model can also be used in cars. You can carry on you, you can place them in your car, you can switch it on, and just a few minutes of switching it on is able to sterilize the entire car. And it can create an eye bubble. We call it the eye bubble because when you spray it into the air, like I said before, copper has a property of being antibacterial, but it also has a charge. And that charge is measured in frequency. And that frequency level is highly potent against microbials that are hazardous to our health, but it's non-effective against the human, but doesn't work against the human body. So you can use this as a conversation tool to introduce to your loved ones, to your bosses, to your employers and your employees. You can probably use this as a next fad to create a fad among people, just like how wearing masks has become a new norm here. I believe in the near future, everybody is going to be using iDefender in close proximity, especially in meetings. So because I find it's natural, it's highly effective, and it creates a bioenergetic feel more than just being a natural element. So let's go to the next one. iDefender INC. The small bottle, 50 ml bottle, approximately 1,000 drops per bottle, 10 drops, 0.5 ml per pump, 2 pumps per 300 ml of water. Why is this so important? I want you to know this because a lot of people ask this question: what is the potency of having too much of nanoparticles, and that ratio, how does it affect our lungs? How does it affect our nasal cavity? The ability to, does it affect the body negatively in any way? Well, we're putting such a small percentage that is diffused in an appropriate solution of water. And the ratio is in such a ratio that it's been carefully calculated to be non-hazardous to the human body. Now, recommended use of ANF approved diffusers only. Now, this we can only say to the diffusers that we are using or we are promoting right now, because tests has already been done with these diffusers, so we cannot vouch for any other diffuser. Now, it's 16,000 ppm parts per million, which is a safe range of nanocopper particles in this solution. So let's go to the next. The personal diffuser has a capacity of 15 ml, 1 to 2 drops, just 1 to 2 drops of iDefender INC can create your own personal eye bubble of protection. It's powered by USB rechargeable, so you don't have to scramble to look for AAA batteries and small batteries and this battery and that battery. Convenient to bring it everywhere you go. Spray the mist 20 minutes. That is the recommended time to use in a large place. Perfect solution when you are out from your home. Now, this is an immediate emergency tool that you may want to use and keep in your handbag or keep in your pants, your pocket at all times. Let's go to the next. The INC diffuser, 500 ml capacity, which has 3 pumps of iDefender INC. So it has a greater capacity to diffuse a coverage area up to 400 square foot, and continuous diffuse up to 6 hours. I find in a lot of diffusers, the solution runs out pretty fast, but in this one, it's been carefully calculated in order for it to go the further mile. And it goes up to about 6 hours, which I feel is pretty good. Safety features include waterless auto shut-off, which is very important. If you're wondering if it runs out of water, does it cause the pump to spoil or to rosak? It doesn't. The safety features has this special feature to shut off once it finishes the solution. Now, the Defender diffuser for 1000 ml capacity has 7 pumps. This is like the ultimate diffuser that you want to keep in your home to infiltrate the air in every room in your house, especially when you're in a bungalow unit. It diffuses cover areas up to 1,500 square feet, suitable for home, hotel, office, classroom. Continuous diffuse up to 16 hours. So you don't have to worry about it running out. 16 hours, perfect solution to protect yourselves, loved ones in an enclosed area. Now, I'm using the diffuser here in my clinic so far, and most of my patients are very, very excited and happy because not only do they feel good the moment they come in here, I've used the diffuser for essential oil diffuser as well from the same company. And I find that it has everybody in our clinic feels good, number one. Number two, we have actually felt the difference of the air quality in the clinic as well. Even when we have ventilating fans and all that, it's something different in the energy in the room. So I can safely say that this product is, the products coming from this company is very, very effective, and it carries a very positive energy. Now let's go to the next slide. How can you protect our loved ones with iDefender INC? Let's go to the next slide.
Okay, Dr. Ben, okay, right. So we have came to the last slide. Okay, right.
Okay.
Thank you so much for your amazing explanation. I think many of us have been enlightened by your sharing on the Cooper and also iDefender INC. Maybe I just have a few questions. You know, ENF, we started ENF with our essential oil.
Yes.
Okay, right. Now we have 23 amazing essential oil. Okay, and I know you are also one person who is very excited about essential oil. Okay, maybe could you share with us your thoughts on essential oil, and why are you so excited about the oils?
Okay, as I said to you, Victor, earlier, that our body is, every essential oils are made out of natural substances. And our body is receptible to natural substances. So essential oils carry one of the highest frequencies in all natural substances around us, meaning flowers, trees, plants, because essential oils are distilled, and the potency of the oil carries an energetic reading that can help balance and harmonize our body. Especially different organs in our body also are affected by different scents from different oils, applications of oils on our skin, on different parts of our body, on different dermal visceral zones, seen in TCM practice, seen in Ayurvedic practice. The dermal visceral zones are receptors, and it's almost as if our body is like an antenna waiting to receive the right energy field. And essential oils kind of fit that role, and because they not only make us feel good, because one of our first senses is our nose, and when our nose receives the smell, right, that smell, that information goes directly to the brain. So the first hit is actually the smell before the touch or the feel of the oil. So that olfactory and visceral or olfactory zone is responsible to send information to our brain concerning different smells, different aromas. And each aroma has a signal that helps activate a receptor in our brain. And our brain then sends that signal to different receptors in our body. And this has been studied over the years. And scientists have put together even instruments to help quantify how this energy moves in different parts of our body. So when we talk about essential oils in itself carry so much of power to change our moods, to change our emotion, the way we feel about things, the way we feel about people. Essential oils carry those resonance. And resonance is basically the measure of how energy is transferred from one way to another way. And today's technology with bioresonance, instruments like the Regulate, Optima, the sensitive audit, biofeedback systems, all these systems have a means of measuring the right amount of frequency or substance that suits our body. So I would like to talk to you about, as I mentioned to you about copper. Copper in itself has a frequency of 923 hertz. The human body has to operate between 68 to 78 megahertz in order to be healthy, from head to toe. So it's about 62 to 78 megahertz, if I'm not mistaken. Now, disease starts at 57 megahertz. So the body goes into a disease state when the body's vibration rate reaches a low of 57 megahertz. Now, if you look at essential oils like lavender, it has the vibration rate of 118 megahertz. Myrrh, 105. Peppermint, 78 megahertz. Rose, 320 megahertz. Sandalwood, 96. And the list goes on. Frankincense, 147 megahertz. Basil, sweet basil, 52 megahertz. Now, some of these essential oils that I'm mentioning, we already have them in our range, in the product range in this company. Now, the fair mix of these essential oils will create a therapeutic effect that is good on the body and on the mind. Now, we need to study the body in the sense that we are tripart, spirit, soul, and body. And so everyone is connected. We can't just treat the body without treating the soul or treating the spirit. Now, everybody is trying to find inner peace and an inner balance. And that inner peace and inner balance can only be found when we have the right energy source and we are the right place receiving that energy source. And we have the capacity to receive the energy source. Now, if that explains a lot, the good essential oils that we can use on our skin and together with the iDefender, things like lavender, French lavender, lemon, rose oil, tea tree oil, and frankincense, because they carry a frequency range that unites well with copper, and when diffused together into the air with the iDefender, it can cause an energetic bliss of not just aromas, but an energetic explosion of interactive biofields that help us remain calm, that are therapeutic in nature to help the body and the mind heal and the cells in our body heal.
Dr. Ben, okay, right. I think because there is so much to talk about in copper and also essential oil. I think one pressing question that people want to ask, right? Can we use essential oil with the nano copper? Okay, right? Because the general understanding is water and oil does not mix very well. Okay, right? So when you put the essential oil into the nano copper, okay, how does it affect the effectiveness of the nano copper?
Very good question, right? Oil and water don't mix, right? It's #1 fundamental scientific rule. So we need to study two things, right? We're using the iDefender. Together, it's a solution with nanoparticle size copper, right? That is being diffused. Now, when you use an essential oil with a base oil for application, it's good. When copper mixed together in the air, let's say you're diffusing copper in the air, a nanoparticle copper in the air, and also at the same time, you're diffusing essential oil. You need to understand that each of them carry different frequencies, and each frequency is beneficial to the body. That's important to know. It's not important that the oil don't mix with the water because it has no correlation whether the oil needs to mix with the water or not. Right now, the water is a carrier for the copper, nano-sized copper. What's important is whether the copper can mix together with the essential oil. Now, a lot of essential oils may act as a corrosive agent when mixed together with copper, but this is nano-sized copper solution or colloidal copper. Now, when it's mixed with myrtle, for example, it's anti-corrosive, becomes anti-corrosive. So there's certain oils that have certain properties that work well with copper. Then there are oils that work well with copper generally, but there are oils that can preserve the copper, which is, I believe, I think I did write this down here. I've got rosemary and myrtle. Just remember these two, rosemary and myrtle are oils that can even preserve the copper, even if the copper remains or falls to the surface of your table or your chair. It has the ability to retain the copper properties and the energetic values of the copper for longer periods of time. But generally, all oils used together with this copper solution work well because copper in itself carries a high energetic value, and each essential oil carries energetic values that are much higher than disease, which is 58 hertz. You know, so the whole value in this, the value package in all of this is the mixture between the copper together with the essential oils that create a very protective field, and it raises the bar of our vibrational rate within our cells to maintain an energy level that is higher than disease state level. Now, if you do this long enough, you can almost hope to see that your body heals faster.
Okay, good. Now, so Dr. Bam, we also know that you have researched extensively into resonance technology, resonance frequency. Okay, and maybe can you help to enlighten us, right? When we are able to infuse the nano copper with frequency, with resonance frequency, okay, how does it promote the effectiveness of the sanitation of the nano copper with viruses and bacteria?
Very good question. Now we have a technology that has developed and advanced over just the last 8 to 10 years into a valuable system that is able to imprint specific frequency patterns on the human cell. And we're able to infuse things like emotional frequencies that are positive into solutions. I believe that this technology has already been used for fragrances and for perfumes and even for applications like cosmetics, lotions for the face and solutions for the face, right? To make the person feel good. This is called frequency imprinting. Now, this technology is what we hope to combine together with the iDefender to create something much bigger that is coming soon. It's coming your way. Stay tuned, right? So we're able to increase the vibration rate of the solution first and foremost, so that it becomes energetically charged in order to transfer. Number one. Number two, we're able to cause the values in properties like in essential oils, flower essentials, right, to resonate and potentiate at a higher value. So it becomes twice or 3 times or even 10 times or even 100 times more effective. Flower essences, for example, and oil essences can be potentiated to become twice as potent by charging it with an electrical charge, micro electrical charge. And this is what we call resonance technology. So just like how we create nanoparticles through a charge in the water and copper, we are doing the same by imprinting certain frequencies from our device into the solution to make it more effective, holding power, increase its holding power to contain this energy for longer periods of time. So on the shelf life becomes longer, the efficacy rate of the product becomes more powerful and lengthier. The efficacy increases.
Okay, good. Okay, now, so last question before we move on to the next part, Dr. Ben. Now, right now, our iDefender INC is at 16,000 ppm. Okay, does it matter? Does it matter if we have a solution which is 16,000 ppm or even 18,000 ppm or even 20,000 ppm?
It does matter in the sense of its dilution rate. Once again, the solution, because the dilution value, how much it's diluted, the dilution value will determine how potent it is and how efficient it is. But it doesn't cause any hazardous effect.
Okay,
that's important to understand.
Okay, so what you are saying is that with a higher ppm, it will increase the effectiveness of the solution in creating our own eye bubble to protect ourselves against the viruses and bacteria.
That's right.
Okay, good, fantastic. Okay, right. So, ladies and gentlemen, I believe we have gotten a lot of nuggets of gold from Dr. Ben on iDefender INC, on resonance technology, and also our essential oil. Okay, so once again, Dr. Ben, we are so honored and it is such a pleasure to have you online. Okay, right. So, ladies and gentlemen, so in order to show our appreciation to Dr. Ben, please type the number 8 in the chat box to encourage him. Okay, right. So once again, Dr. Ben, thank you so much, and we hope to see you online again soon. Okay, right. Okay. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's move forward. Okay. Now, Dr. Ben has shared with us how powerful it is with our iDefender INC. Okay, and he also give you a glimpse of what's coming up in the company. Okay, so therefore over here, it presents an amazing opportunity, where people can make some money or a lot of money by simply sharing with people. Okay, it's all about sharing. It's all about first protecting our life, and secondly protecting people's life. We teach other people on how to protect their own life. Okay, right? And by doing this, you're able to make some money and a lot of money. But before even we go into the money making part, I want to talk about the company E&F. Now, what does E&F stands for? Now, E&F, the letter E&F stands for the opening letter of the name of two young kids, namely Ilya and Fenmore. Now, Fenmore is a 10-year-old boy, which is co-adopted by our co-founders, Todd and also Stephen LeBeau. Okay, right? They've been staying in Asia for the past 11 years, 4 years in Phuket and 7 years in Thailand, in Malaysia. And Ilya is Fenmore's little girlfriend he got to know when they were staying in Phuket. Right. So with the name E&F, this company is founded with the mission of creating a safer and cleaner environment for now and for many generations to come. Okay, right. So Steve and Todd, they are co-founders. That means they have equal shares to the company, and combined they have more than 60 years of experience of doing business. Okay. Now Steve himself is trained as a lawyer. He's a qualified lawyer. Yeah, and he's also a medically certified specialist treating people with diabetic feet. Okay, and Todd is a very powerful salesperson. He was the sales director of numerous companies, and his best record, is managing a team that did a sales of $46 million per year, and on average about $33 million per year. Okay, and they have more than 18 years of experience doing business in Asia. Right, and so this company E&F Essentials, is registered. It's a fully registered company in Malaysia. Okay, it is a foreign company. Why? Because it's owned by two Americans, right? But they are fully registered with a Malaysia AJL, Akta Jualan Langsung, direct selling license in Malaysia. Being a foreign company, it is required by the government to have a strong financial background of 5 million paid-up capital. And Malaysia is the first country in the world that we are launching E&F. And we have, in the next 3 to 5 years, we have aggressive expansion plan in Southeast Asia. The next country we want to, we are opening will be Thailand. Okay, Thailand. So we have all the paperwork done. We are also registering our products in Thailand as well. So get ready for Thailand. Okay. Now, so in terms of the product range that we have, it presents us a very enticing market size, in terms of the global wellness market. Now, in the global wellness market, worldwide, okay, back in 2019, we are talking about a $4.5 trillion market, okay, and this is going to increase to $7 trillion market by 2025. Now, with the amazing product range that ENF has, okay, which markets are we in? We have products in the personal care and beauty anti-aging. Now, this head alone, this face alone costs $1 trillion. Okay. Now we have, as for our essential oil and stuff, it is very good for traditional and complementary medicine, mental wellness, spa economy, healthy eating and nutrition. We're going to launch an amazing nutritional product next month. So get ready, okay? And also preventive and personalized medicine. All together, it's a market size of more than $3 million right now, okay? $3 trillion, okay, right? Now, so in ENF, our compensation plan is very, very straightforward and simple to understand. Now, to become commission qualified, we have to remain active. How to remain active? By having a personal expenses or personal volume of 50 PV. 50 PV, personal purchase, which is equivalent to about 200 ringgit only. Okay, now you can fulfill this minimum 50 PV by retailing. That means you buy this from the company. Example, you buy this from the company at 129 ringgit as a distributor. You sell it off at the retail price of 155. So you make a 20%. Or you purchase some products to use it on your own every single month. Okay, right? And when you reach what we call the platinum rank and above, we have extra benefits for you. We have extra money for you. In order to qualify for that, you have to be 100 PV maintenance, which is only 400 ringgit. Okay. Now, in terms of opening packages, we have 5 packages over here in ENF. But today, I just want to talk about our iDefender packages. We have 3 packages for the iDefender INC package. We have the starter at 400 ringgit, with the builder at 1,005, and we have the entrepreneur at 5,000 ringgit. Friends, you can start an amazing business in ENF with just 400 ringgit. Now we launch our iDefender INC back in middle of May, right? Okay, and just to give you an update, in August alone, okay, we have almost crossed 5 million ringgit sales, okay, to date in August, okay, right? And 80% of the orders that we receive are all starter package. That shows you how powerful is this starter package. Why? Because it is a package which is easy for people to enter. It is a package that is easy for people to accept and to start using the product, to try it out and to protect themselves. Okay, right? And of course, if you ask me, my opinion is the best package to go for is always an entrepreneur. Why? Because you get the best value and the most product, right? Now, so but we know a lot of times in this time of pandemic, especially where people have lost their jobs and whatnot, it may not be a viable option for people to start off with 5,000 ringgit. No worries. You can start off with 400 ringgit, okay? And the company gives you 180 days to upgrade your package. In the first 60 days, you can upgrade by paying just the balance. Example, if you join with 400 ringgit today, within the first 60 days, you can upgrade by just paying the 4,600 ringgit to upgrade to entrepreneur. All right. From the 61st day to the 180th day, you can upgrade by paying the full amount. After that, no more upgrade possible. It is as simple as that, right? And when you begin, when you start building your team, when you start showing people how to protect themselves against this deadly virus, we have this amazing bonus called the Fast Start bonus. Now, this Fast Start bonus, the bonus activity is based on your own opening package purchase. Example, okay. Now, if you start your business in ENF with a starter package, with a family package, or a builder package, now every single one that you enroll personally, yeah, you earn a 25% on the PV of the package that your friend enrolled. Okay, I will give you an example in a short while. If you enroll yourself with an executive, you can earn 27%. Yeah, if you enroll with entrepreneur, okay, every single one that you enroll, that you sponsor personally, yeah, on their opening package, you earn 30%. Okay, now let me give you an example. Okay, it's okay, right? Okay. Now, so fast start bonus, yeah, you enroll with entrepreneur package. Okay, you also enroll A and B with the entrepreneur package, right? By doing this, you earn 30%, yeah, and out of that is 3,000 ringgit. Okay. Now, in the entrepreneur package, we have 40 bottles of iDefender INC. Now, let's say you retail all of them off. Okay, you take back 6,200 ringgit. Okay, now 3,000 ringgit plus your 6,200 ringgit minus off your initial 5,000 ringgit for the entrepreneur pack, you already break even and you have made a profit of 4,200 ringgit. Okay, this is good business, right? Now, as you continue to teach people, yeah, to protect themselves against the viruses and use the product, okay, you begin to grow your team. Yeah, as you grow your team, you will also advance in your ranks. Now, the good thing over here is there's only two teams that you need to take care of: the left team and the right team. Yeah? The left team and the right team. Okay. Now, the rank advancement is determined by the weaker link volume on a monthly basis. Example: now, if you have 10,000 volume on your left team and you have 5,000 volume on the right team, okay, therefore you advance to the rank of gold. Okay, right? And you'll be recognized as a gold leader in ENF. Now, the column in the middle that shows you the PV, 50 PV and 100 PV, that's your maintenance. In order to remain active from start to gold, all you need to do is have a personal purchase of 50 PV, which is equivalent to 200 ringgit. From platinum onwards, it's only 100 PV, which is 400 ringgit. Okay. Now, why is this rank so important? Well, because the rank will affect the way you earn this bonus called the pairing bonus. The pairing bonus is paid on the PV from your weaker link on a daily basis. Now, to qualify yourself for this pairing bonus is very simple. At any one time, all you need to do is to maintain a personal sponsor who is active on your left and a personal sponsor who is active on your right. Now, we are not asking you to recruit new people every month. No. Okay. All you need to do in your whole lifetime in ENF is to maintain one person active on the left, personal sponsor, and one person active on the right, personal sponsor. That's it. Okay, right? And the rank will affect your daily capping. Yeah, that means affect on how much you can earn on a daily basis. Okay. Now, example. If you have 20,000 PV, 20,000 volume on the left hand side, and then on today itself, you have 13,000 PV on your right hand side. Okay. Now, on that, first of all, you have of course advanced to the rank of platinum. Why? Because platinum only requires you to have 12,000 PV on your weaker link. Okay, but on with the 13,000 PV on the weaker link, you earn 10% pairing bonus. Okay, 13,000 and with 10%, that should give you $1,300 US, right? But because your rank is a platinum, you have a pay cap of 1,200. Therefore, you can only earn a maximum of 1,200 from the pairing bonus. Okay, it is as simple as that. Okay, right? Now, so I'll give you an example of the pairing bonus over here. Okay, now you earn your fast start bonus at 3,500 ringgit. From the pairing bonus, you earn additional 500 ringgit. You retail everything off. Yeah, you get back 6,200 ringgit minus off your 5,000 ringgit as an entrepreneur. You still earn 4,700 ringgit. You've broken even, you break even, and you make a profit of 4,700. And this is good business sense. Okay, right? And with this, you also advance to the bronze rank. Okay. Now, if you repeat this the next month, okay, now you're going to have an amazing bonus coming up, which I'll show you. Okay. Now, as you grow your team wide and deep, yeah, you're able to earn this bonus called the matching bonus. Now, the matching bonus is earned when the sponsoring distributors in your team, that means everyone that is from your own personal sponsor team, okay, you earn a 7% on their pairing bonus. As simple as that. Yeah. How much can you earn? You can earn up to 7 generation. Yeah, 7 generation dynamic compression. Now, what do I mean by that? Example, if you advance to the rank of crown, okay, so the crown, okay, now you are able to override up to 7 generations, okay, crown to crown. That means every single ones between you and the next crown, okay, who are not crown, it will be compressed up. Every single one, yeah, every single dollar that they earn from the pairing bonus, you earn 7%, okay? That means within 7 generations, it can mean 20 generations, it can mean 50 generations, it can mean 100 generations, yeah, it can mean even 200 or even infinity. Yeah, this is powerful. But remember, you must also have the package as well. In order for you to earn up to 7 generations, you must have crown, okay, and your package must be executive. Okay. Next, the lifestyle bonus. This is how the company rewards you when you maintain your business volume every month. Okay, right? And by doing that, the company will pay you between $300 to 5,000 US dollars additional every month. Okay. All you need to do is to achieve the rank, yeah, right, for 2 months. Yeah, and then subsequently on the 3rd month onwards, yeah, you will get paid between $300 to $5,000 according to the rank. Okay, right? Now, if this is not enough, we have one more amazing bonus called the one-time mega bonus. We have 5 rewards, yeah, that you can earn one time. Okay. As a distributor in ENF, okay, right? And the first one is a tablet, yeah. We call it the 1-star reward. It's a tablet. How do you earn that? You can earn that by holding the bronze rank for 2 consecutive months with new volume on both legs, okay? And by doing that, you earn yourself a tablet, okay, right? Now, we have many qualifiers for the tablet in May and June. May, you have already received your tablet. For the qualifiers in June, we are waiting for our tablets to come. Yeah, so once we receive it, we'll send it all out to you. Okay, right? Now, so the 1-star, the tablet is the only reward that does not require you to have anything more than a 400 ringgit package. Okay, right? Now, for 2-star, is when you hold the gold rank for 2 consecutive months with new volume on both legs. Okay, you can earn yourself a 4,000 ringgit cash or a laptop computer. You can choose. Okay, right? Now then, for 2-star onwards, you must have an entrepreneur package. Okay. For 3-star, is when you hold the rank of black diamond for 2 months consecutive with new volume on both legs. Okay. You can choose, yeah, to receive your reward in 40,000 ringgit cash, or a car of the same value, or a luxury watch of the same value. Okay, right? And for 4-star, when you hold the rank of Royal Crown for 2 consecutive months with new volume on both legs, okay, now you get to earn yourself 250,000 ringgit cash or a luxury car of the same value. All right. And for the presidential, when you hold presidential rank for 2 months, 2 consecutive months with new volume on both legs, you will receive a historical 1 million ringgit. Okay. Now, let me give you an example. If you start your business with ENF in August, yeah, and you make it up to presidential, okay, in 1st month, yeah, okay, and then you repeat again in 2nd month in September, that means you achieve presidential for 2 months consecutive with new volume on both legs, you will earn all the 5 reward all at the same time, simultaneously. Good or good? Fantastic, right? Okay. So therefore, over here in ENF, we present to you a life-changing opportunity. In ENF, we have a ladder which is extended. We have a competitive advantage over many other companies out there. Why? Because we have an amazing product in iDefender INC, okay, and we have an amazing payout plan. And over here, you only need to help 2 people to become super successful. Okay, why? Because our plan allows you to build a passive income. We call it a fast plan. That means in your lifetime, you only need to help 2 persons to become super successful. Okay, now how do you do it? Very simple. In your first month, you help 2 persons. Okay, in the second month, you teach your 2 new persons to help 2 new persons. You got 4. Okay, third month, you help your 4 new persons to help 2. You got 8, so on and so forth, and you duplicate it to the 10th month. Okay, by the 10th month, you will have more than 1,000 people. In fact, you have 2,000 people, okay, in your team, right? But let me say, you lose 50% of them, okay, and you have remaining of 1,024 people in the team. Each only spending 200 ringgit every month to protect themselves on the money basis with ENF. By doing this, you are creating yourself a passive income of more than 10,000 ringgit in 10 months time. If you continue to duplicate this, right, in 14 months time, you will start earning a passive income of 163,000 ringgit every month. This is only from maintenance. I'm not even talking about new sales, only maintenance. Now, if this is not fast enough for you, we have a super fast plan called the 4x4. That means instead of helping 2 people, you help 4 people. Instead of 10 months, you shorten it to 5 months. In 5 months' time, you will start earning 10,000 ringgit passive income monthly. Instead of 14 months' time, right now, 7 months' time, that means by March 2022, you will start earning 163,000 ringgit per month passive income. Good or good? Fantastic. Okay. Now think about what you can do with this 163,000 ringgit. What kind of life can you do? What kind of result can you get? Okay. You want to pay your debt, you can pay your debt. You want to buy a house, you want to buy a car, you want to travel, you want to do charity. It's up to you. It is about the result that you can get with the money that you earn, which is more important, right? Okay. And if we also know that seizing the opportunity is the key to achieving financial freedom. Yeah. The question is, if you know for sure that you will earn more than 100K passive income in 7 to 14 months time, the question is, when is a good time to start? Yeah. The answer is now. Okay, right? Therefore, I want you to show gratitude, to say thank you to the person who invited you online today, because your friend cared for you enough to introduce to you ENF. Okay, so immediately after this call, give them a call and say thank you for bringing me online. Yeah, and the second question is show me how to get started. Now let me give you a tips. Yeah, you just need to decide on 2 things. Number 1 is the package. Number 2 is the plan. Yeah, the package, the plan, the package, the plan, and you go and set yourself off in fire in building your business in ENF. All right, okay. And in helping you to speed up your business in ENF, now we want to show you, we want to reward you with a travel incentive. This is the first ever travel incentive by ENF. We want to bring you to a 5-star resort in Langkawi. Okay, right? Now, which resort? I'm going to play you a short video to show you where we are going to. Okay, yes, we want to go. We'll bring you to St. Regis. It's an amazing, amazing 5-star reward. And this is how we reward you, yeah, with luxury trip over here. Okay, right? So how to qualify? Very simple. Prerequisite is you must be enrolled with the entrepreneur pack, which is the 5,000 ringgit. And the qualification period is between now to the end of October. Yeah, I did not update my my slide over here, so sorry for that. Okay, now in any 30 days period between now to the 14th of October, all you need to do is to qualify. Okay, let me see if I can find the correct file so that I can give you the correct information. Yeah, I'm so sorry that I did not, I wasn't able to update this on a timely basis. Okay. Okay. I'm just going to show you this in the Malay slides. Okay, right? Oops. Okay, hang on. Just give me a moment. Okay, good. Now, I'm going to show you this. Okay, right? Now, this is how you qualify. Okay, prerequisite is entrepreneur pack. Okay, the period is between 15th of May to 14th of October. Right? Now, in any 30 days period, all you need to do is fulfill this requirement. Okay. Now, your personal sponsored team, yeah, volume, that means anything that is produced by your own team, yeah, placement from upline is not included. Yeah, okay. On the left, 6250 PV, and on the right, 6250 PV, and you qualify for this amazing, amazing trip. And your qualification comes with, yeah, qualification for 2-person, okay, including to and fro airfare, okay, 5-star accommodation in St. Regis, and also all meals included, right? Now, I was told just the breakfast alone is 150 ringgit, okay, per person. And for dinner is 350 ringgit per person. And we're doing this for you and your partner. Okay, right? You can bring your mom, you can bring your dad, you can bring your wife, your husband, or your boyfriend, girlfriend, or even your children to come and enjoy themselves in this trip, right? Okay. So with this, I want to say thank you for staying online. I say thank you for coming online to spend this time with us. I hope the sharing from Dr. Ben has given you a glimpse, yeah, of what's to come, yeah, of why our product is so powerful, okay, and also giving and with me helping you to see a glimpse of hope, okay, in this time of pandemic, in creating a source of income that is reliable for you and for many generations to come. So therefore, remember, immediately after this call, get in touch with the person who invited you online. Okay, ask them. Okay, say thank you and ask them, how do I get started? All right, very simple. Choose your package, choose your plan, choose your package, choose your plan. And with this, I want to say thank you. Yeah. And I hope to see you again. I will see you again very, very soon. Yeah, tomorrow at 8:30, we have our Chinese session. Okay. So do come online, do come online and spend the time with us. And with this, I want to say thank you and I see you soon. Thank you so much. Thank you.